What I'm going to demonstrate today is how to do a garter tab cast on. And this particular garter tab cast on will be for Isabell Kraemer's Via con Me shawl pattern. At this point, we've cast on 3 stitches and worked 6 total garter stitch rows. That means knitting 6 rows. And I've just finished my 6th row. And instead of turning my work and getting ready to work on the other side, you do not turn your work, but you're going to actually pick up stitches from the long edge, which is this edge right here, okay, from the garter row edge, from these garter rows that you can see. And after that, we're going to pick up the 3 cast on stitches along this edge. And you can see it's a tiny little piece, so it can be a little bit tricky. Now, normally when you pick up stitches along a side, picking up for, necklines or other things like that, or sleeves, or you sometimes go into the work like this with your working needle. And you can do that as well here. But we're going to pick up the little bumps of each of these garter rows. So because it's so tiny, I find that it's easy to just pick up that purl bump at the edge ahead of time with my spare needle. And it makes for turning that corner a little easier. So in this pattern, after we've knit that final row, the 6th row, and we do not turn, we place a marker, and then we're going to yarn over, and then we're going to pick up 1 stitch, which is the first stitch I got right from that purl bump, yarn over again, and we're going to place our 2nd marker, and then we're going to pick up a 2nd stitch along that edge, which I've already picked up on this needle, and you're going to place a marker. And then you're going to yarn over, pick up that final stitch from the edge, and you're going to do another yarn over at that point as well, and place your final marker here. So we've finished our row there. We picked up our 3 stitches and did the stitch pattern, and now we're going to pick up the stitches from the cast on edge. Okay, and so what I do is I try to look at the edge like this, and I see where I'm going to grab 1, 2, 3 stitches. I'm going to watch out for that tail. Kind of pull that out of the way, and I'm going to go into those stitches like this. Pick up that first stitch, going under those 2 legs, knit, and then you grab that 2nd stitch, going through the 2 legs, knit, and then you're going to go through that last cast on stitch through the 2 legs and knit. It's really teeny. It's 4 different markers there, and it looks really tight, but that is how you start your garter tab cast on. And I showed it on this example because it showed up more easily than the yarn I'm working with, but this shows you my progress so far doing the same thing. This is where I picked up, and that is what it'll look like eventually. That's the top edge, and then you work your way down for the shawl. Hope that was helpful.